Cute little bottle brush trees in cream color. There is such an array of colors when it comes to these little trees. And I have an obsession with little creamers, little ironstone restaurant ware creamers. And they're so perfect. Like I said, you can stick them in anything, but we can't just leave it like that, right? We can't just like, we could do it a little bit better, don't you think? We can give it a butter pat plate. Of course we can. Actually have some tallow berries, and we are going to kind of just add those in with it, kind of give it that aged antique look that it already is. I want one that has a little bit more berries, so the berries aren't broken off. They're all a little different how they grow. Oh my gosh, how cute is that already? And then you could put a little bit on the butter pat itself. You just kind of have to keep breaking. The stems are usually pretty easy to break. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of hot glue. I'm going to stick that little guy in there so I know where the hot glue is going to go. Because nobody likes their decorations to fall apart every time a cat jumps on something, or maybe you don't have a cat, or you know, you're dusting. Usually I don't dust again until after. Once I get my Christmas decorations up, I don't dust again until, honestly, y'all, until I'm ready to take them down. Take them down. Don't come at me. That's just how it goes. So just something so sweet, just like that. And you know I'm going to make two, because that's just how I roll. Okay, it's that time. I don't know if anybody has ever seen one of these items. So I am creating with bottle brush trees. I'm going to give you a whole bunch of ideas. If it has a hole in it, we can put a bottle brush tree in it, and we can make it into beautiful Christmas decor. And sometimes you can find trees in the most unexpected places. These were in, I don't know if it was a 6-pack from Aldi's. And I didn't kind of have like, with, to me, it looks like a Valentine's vibe with those, but it's not any big deal because we can just take these little ribbons off. But now to get the bows off, I just have some hot water, and I should be able to just start to pull them after they've sat for a little bit and then work that glue off. Water is a great way to fluff up your trees also. I don't know if I have any in this video that need fluffed, but so one, and now I just need to let it, doesn't take them very long to dry. Though I'm not using this one in today's video, I'm just going to quickly share with, in case anybody's new, this is a smashed tree. Just stick it into the warm water like we're doing to get those bows off the glue. And then that'll just fluff it back up. Some people say, you know, have recommended like blow dryer's heat. I've actually watched some of these melt, so I just do warm water. We're fluffed back out there. Ta-da! Then just shake it out. But I better get to my poor little. You probably noticed is the salt and pepper shaker do not match, but that's okay because what was going on top of them is going to match. So now that these are dry, I'll be able to glue them. I'm going to cut them all the way. Glue the base. Hopefully, I'm going to go this way. Hopefully it doesn't like drizzle down into the glass container. They're so soft after getting them wet, by the way. Pushing those bristles down so they get into the glue. I don't know, I kind of have this idea for 3 ribbons, but I don't know if it's going to be too much. And yes, I'm going with the moss, which actually matches the stripe one. That little lace. You always have to leave yourself some extra room to tie. Not the easiest to tie 3, 3, that's for sure. Get over here. See, I thought I was going to have way too much and I could probably have used more. That's okay. So now I have a couple of insulators and I kind of like to do a couple different sizes. You know, they're old, but I love the white. And then I have actually 2 different trees. Oh, maybe some green glitter. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off its base to glue it in there. So now I have some antique, some old vintage garland, which I think looks really pretty underneath that tree. So before gluing the tree on there, I'm going to glue this around the outer edge. I'm going to try for the outer edge anyway. The little end part's kind of sparse, so okay, cut off those. Found a stash of short glue sticks. I've been doing a clean out and I'm like, oh, I need to use those up. So stick that right in there. Wait a second for it to cool. Now, these are some of my favorite trees from Hobby Lobby. They remind me I do jadeite green at Christmas time. I have jadeite green collection. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you how I'm going to do a little display in some terracotta pots. So I have some of this American Art Deco jadeite green, and that's what I'm going to paint these little terracotta pots. It'll be close once it's on there. And I can't say that I'm looking for like, oh, I want this coverage or anything. We can always make it work. Okay, now that I have them all painted, like I said, we weren't looking for like, oh, this pristine. We're just looking to have fun. So now I'm going to put a little bit of this cute little, this is from Walmart. I love how it looks like snow, which I think goes with the flocking on these rather well. I'm going to hopefully glue it on the inside. So cute and easy. And I don't see any reason why cutting off the bottom, because we're just going to pop them in there. So there's something about red and white, the stripes. So there's these little ornaments, I guess they are at Hobby Lobby. Now all I did was just take it, cut it off there, because we don't need that part. And then just for a little pop, we're just going to glue it on there. So when Chris found this, I'm like, oh, he's right. It looks like one of the trophies, even though I think it was a sugar and just doesn't have the lid and there's no writing on it. Ah, it's perfect for this big old cream tree. I know. Oh, I guess it was supposed to be, we're not worried about that. And I'm not worried about the tag either. What? Because I'm going to be covering it up. So we're going to glue around this edge. And then we're going to stick it right in there. Did I not take the tag off? I did. I did not. I still feel like now I need to pull it back out and take the tag off. Oh, too late now. I'm in there. So sometimes they make these so homely, but they're so cute. Instead of Christmas garland, we're going to be using some Spanish moss. My favorite messy stuff in the world. But it does work. That's why I said I wasn't worried about. I know. The tag. Ah. I'll probably lose sleep over it now. So I'm just going to stuff that in there. So I have these. Look at these little marquee letters. A 2 and a 5. So I thought it'd be so cute. I'm afraid that hot glue won't hold it enough. So they actually, I think I can bend them around that. But I'm going to see how much I need first. I think that's way too much. And I think we can get it to hide in here. Wrapping it in here. And then I'm going to smush them onto that. And then I'll just adjust the wire. Doesn't love salvage, and I have no idea what these came off of. Look at they're asking to be little tree bases. Are they not? Look at, they have a hole. They stand up on their own. They're heavy. I don't know what they were for, but I have 2 perfect little cream trees. And they were asking because look at those bottoms are gold. So I'm going to go ahead and snip those off. I'm not sure how long I want to leave it. I don't know how far down the hole goes. Better to leave a little, go little by little. I think we can go a little bit more. Put a little glue in the hole. And then put the little tree in there. Hold it till that glue dries a little bit, or you might go crooked. Not like I have a level on it or anything, but there. Hello, simple. I actually got a whole bag of these. What they were for, I have no idea, but as soon as I saw them, I knew they are great bases for bottle brush trees. They have a hole. They're wood. We don't need to do anything else to it. And I have some sweet little sugared bottle brush trees. They don't all match, and that's perfectly fine. They're all like couple of them like this odd guy out, but we're going to go ahead and take it off its base. Sometimes they unscrew, sometimes they break off. I don't know. And I'm going to do a little bit of glue around the rim. And then we're going to take that same little tree and we're just going to plop it right. Just changing the base out on these little critters is just, it's so cute now. These are just to hold wire, and I think they're cool, but I've had them in my stash for a long time thinking, when am I going to use them? So today is their day. Look at the cute little nail on the bottom. Oh, so which way should that nail go? Upright? Upright? Yes. So I have these little very cheap, I don't know if these were a Hobby Lobby. I don't know. I thrift a lot of them throughout the year, constantly looking for these little critters. Nope, that one's not going to screw. Just pull out. So there again, I'm just going to, and the thing is, it's just hot glue and it's just a bottle brush tree. So you can change it later on if you want to, but while you're doing your decor, make it for, oh, isn't that cute? Make it for what your decor is every year. I go into my husband's stash. I did look at these cute aged pulleys. And then to put a tree on the top of them. I'm sure he's going to watch this video and go, what? You stole that for what? So first of all, as always, but these need to be cut flush because we're going to be gluing them, and they don't necessarily sit straight, so we kind of have to make them be the straight up and down, which is fine because they're wired. And I don't know, I like sets and trios and odd numbers and singles, and so when I found two that were kind of similar, I'm like, yeah, yes. Take a pile of the Spanish moss. Not sure how much I need. Then take some of the glue. You can always cut the excess off. And I'm going to take some of the glue on the bottom of the tree itself. And hold it there. I said I always like to try to push that bottom. Oh, that is so cute. Funny, it didn't look like a big pile until I put it on top of there. Like, oh, it's plenty. These are Dollar General, old Dollar General, meaning I don't think you can go out and get them this year. You might be able to. What do I know? Not going to come off that easy. It's just going to keep bending. So we'll just take it off. I think it's cement. It is. But we don't need the base. So let's see how easy it is to get that off. There we go. Whew, I made it. So I got one more to take off. So we're going to be putting those in here. And I was hoping that that was going to be, because I had that little bit of that on here, little rubbery, that it would like automatically just fit right in. So a great use for some funnels, right? And I always try to find a Merry Christmas ribbon. Oh, I don't know. I've had this one for a while. So we're going to go ahead and try to figure out how to fold it over so you can see the Merry Christmas. Hot glue. Trying to fold it at the break in between the Merry Christmas. And a little bit of hot glue at the top. Kind of trying to mend the, the two pieces together. You don't want to push out, you just want just a little bit of it to go on there. This is one of the older ones, so I'm not taking it off the base. I'm just going to kind of style it a different way. I have a rusty crusty little creamer that it fits perfectly right in there. It touches all the way to the bottom. So some Spanish moss. I'm not sure. Let's see how that looks with this tree. And can I push it in there at the same time? Oh, it looks fine. It looks fine. I'm going to use this string, and this is from Hobby Lobby, but it's from the fabric section. So if you're looking for it in the Christmas, you're not going to find it. So I'm just going to, there's something about the red and green. I just love it. So I'm going to tie a simple little, I don't even know if I'm bowing it, as I'm just making a little trendling ribbon hanging down. I might have cut too much off. That's okay. I like that it's touching. And then to finish it off, I have a little, this is from a little kid's register tag. And I think that would be super cute, just kind of stuck in there. Look at these. These are just as cool as insulators, but they're a light socket. And I actually got a whole bag of them. And then this is this year's Dollar Tree. Look at that color. That is amazing. They're nice. I started to grab the ones with the garland around them, the beaded garland, because I was going to take the garland off. And I'm like, oh, they have these. So go. Yeah, run, guys. Get some. These are some nice size green trees. Okay. I'm going to take some Spanish moss. So we're going to go ahead and glue the inside. Spanish moss is kind of like a backer to help. The Spanish moss is good to glue in because then you have something to glue the tree onto. Oh, and it's not even melting. That's good. Now I have these
Now I
little
think these
glass
are
knobs.
like off of some type of furniture. I just happen
And
to have
one thing, like when you're
just
doing
two of
like
them.
doorknobs,
And
I
then
feel
when
like
you're
that you
looking like
want to make sure
knobs
that
like
they're
this, like
going to
doorknobs, you want to
stay
make sure that they're going to sit
because
flat
sometimes
and
they're
they
rounded
don't
and they rock.
rock.
Well, these little trees
So they are
to go
perfect
in
because
them.
they have that hole. I have two of these matching cream trees. I'm just going to pop them out of the base. I don't really need to take the stem off too much because that'll help go down into the hole. Such an easy part of this. Just put a little glue around there.
I am
And
constantly
stick the
looking
tree
for
in.
like, oh,
hold it. Make sure you always hold it until the glue dries just a little bit so it stays straight up.
I have some pretty thin. Now this is a moss color velvet ribbon, and I thought that would really showcase, since the bottom is clear, we can make a little trendline ribbon. Just always have to decide, like when you cut it, like, okay, I have to cut you, but I had to leave you long enough to be able to tie. I'm going to take a piece of tallow berry, just a little bitty button, and just right there where the little tie is. I have some little amber bottles. Two are the same, one is not the same, and then I have some very tall, skinny trees. So since it offsets, the shorter one can go in there, and the two taller ones can go, and then they'll all be similar. Okay. So just some hot glue around the rim. Kind of stuff it in there. Now this ribbon is actually cording like you'd use to finish furniture, but I've had it laying around, so I thought, figure out which side is going to be my back, so there will be a seam, and then put a little glue around that. Actually, I can crisscross it. I might crisscross it. I just thought with that white and the amber bottle. I kind of made a little 3-set to stay together, a little bit different on this one, but I have this homemade. Somebody needed their bingo number, and I love that it was handwritten. So I'm going to do a little dollop of hot glue, and then glue that little I-25 right there. So now I have 3 red trees. As you see, the bases all don't match, but that's okay. They're very similar. And then I have these Jello molds, tart tins. So I could just glue them onto the top of those without the base. But in a random haul, I had they're just random checkers. The checkers don't have any place to go. So I thought they would be a great base for some interest. So I'm going to go ahead and use those in between the tart tin. Am I right? I'm not sure. And then glue the little trees right on top of them. to make sure that it's centered. And then push those bottom branches down. Now, these were Easter colors. So like I said, I picked them up all year long. So these were Easter, Dollar Tree, sparkly. And I'm going to put it on top of a T for tree. I know you think C for Christmas, but it is a tree. So we're going to take that off the base. I'm going to decide if I want to put anything underneath it or if it's just good as is. I think it's just going to be good as is. Sometimes you got to make sure that it's, make sure it's flat. Now you could drill a hole, so much you could do, but I'm just going to glue it on the top of it. And try to center. There again, sticking my little fingers in there and then trying to keep it straight up. As I'm winding down here, this isn't odd. This isn't, I know that's not an E, but I'm going to paint it so it's going to be an E. So we're going to do trees. We're going to have some of these fun little, all three are a little bit on the different side. But like I said, I'm going to paint them so they all match. But I'm going to get them glued together first. That way my glue is setting up. And then I like to push it down this way. So I make sure that it's flat. It's going to lay down. I know this is porcelain paint, but I wanted some little, I wanted it to be like a bright Kelly green, and I don't know how much bright Kelly green I have on hand. Guess I need to order some, so. That's already red. That'd be fun just to have one that's red. So I am going to touch it up because everything else, this is like I said, a porcelain paint. So everything else is going to be shiny. I'm going to put these little trees on there if I can get them off their little bases. Little peppermints to offset that red R. And then since the other trees are smaller, I added the peppermint, and heck, why not? Why not one more little tree? Because I have so many. I just love these little guys. They're such great project pieces. Put that right on top of the peppermint. Me and you don't have enough blocks to make a letter. I would like to do December 25. Glue them together, and then I'm going to stamp, put December 25th on there. And I didn't necessarily want them to go, the grains to go all the same direction. Or I'm throwing somebody's OCD off one of the one or the other. It has a rhyme and a reason. I remember why I invested in the long ones. But I'm going to try to use what I have of the short ones up. We'll see how far I make it into that. Okay, so this is the letter press stamps, which I like these because the letters are small. And I have a couple different fonts I could do. So December. Okay, and then 25. Now it would make sense why I wanted to tape these together or glue these together first. So now I'm going to grab my letters with some packing tape, make little handles. Why did I did that wrong. Why y'all not tell me? Oh, I almost messed up on my only blocks I have. December, let's go back. Oh. Try again we must. Okay. Take 2 of how many of y'all were like, Yvonne? Oh my goodness. Okay, so grab it with the tape. At least I hadn't stamped on it and realized that. I did a lot of bottle brush trees in this video for y'all, so my brain might be a little fried. Okay, I think they're good. The little handles are nice. I have some IOD red ink. The tape's nice because you can tape it down for a second. Maybe. I really want to tape onto this. Woohoo! December. Yes, you could use paint on them too if you wanted. So you improvise, just hold one letter at a time. Ta-da! Now I could round, I probably should have before I did it all together, but I can go in and do a little line around them. That would be cute. No, this is how the ink comes. It comes in a tube like this, and then you have to buy all this separately. No, I'm not going to be able to make a line like a normal block. I'm just going to outline. Yes, they do have green also, even though the red's called tomato and the green is called grass. Change my tree idea. I thought I was going to use this tree on here, but the ink went dark, so good thing I have just a few to choose from. So I could just plop it on there, but I thought I have only one. I know it's not the exact match, but might as well use this little guy up. thank you so much for hanging with me as I shared some ideas of what to do with those bottle brush trees that you might have laying around if you're like me. They're so darn cute. It's so hard to pass up. And I see them as project pieces. I'm like, okay, let me see this color. Let me see what I can do with it. If there's a hole, you can fill it all up and put a cute little tree in it. And there's so many colors of bottle brush trees. There's so many textures. There's flocked and there's glittery and there's sugared and there's just the plain. And oh my gosh, I could go on forever. I just absolutely love them. And I hope that I have shared a couple ideas that you may not have already known. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. You can see what I'm creating. Bye.